Hi Aquarius, welcome to your Astro Reels reading. It's my pleasure to read for you, as you know. And also, as you know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you don't actually have to have any significant natal placements in the sign of Aquarius for this reading to be for you. And you don't have to be watching at the time that it's published for this reading to be for you. If it vibes with you, then it's for you. And if it doesn't, I would invite you to take a little moment, take a step back, allow for some time to pass, and then come back and watch, because the energies may just have needed some more time to unfold in your physical environment. Okay, if you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. All my information is on the page that you are watching right now. Let's jump in. So speaking of watching right now, when I said right now, I did this and I just saw this card and it's coming in already. So this message is coming for some of you who are who may or may not be Aquarian in any way, but are feeling maybe hyper vigilant at this time. Maybe you're hyper vigilant. Maybe there's something you're observing. Because as I'm seeing this card here, it says the chess game. My eyes are usually drawn to something different here, right? But my eyes fell straight on this guy who I've never seen in my life in the middle here. And I've had these cards for a long time. My eyes just never go there. But that's representing you at this time, Aquarius. And why that is the case is because you are finding yourself somewhere right now or where you're viewing a melee of some sort. So you may be seeing some type of drama play out in your life. It could be something you see on TV, it could be something in your personal life, but I'm getting more that you are not a central figure to this. You seem a little bit on the periphery, whether that's because it's not really about you and you're just part of the family, for example, or because you've kind of stepped back from engaging. But for whatever reason, you are getting a full view of it. And as I turned on the camera, the words that I heard were something like the lone victor. There's only one lone victor or something like that. And so the idea is you're the victor. But here's the caveat. The lesson here, the higher lesson for you, because there's always got to be a catch, right? The higher lesson for you, spiritually speaking, to learn from this situation is to start to determine what victor means. What does it mean to have a victory? Because for some people, if they're noticing some type of drama or some type of situation to which they feel beholden or they're just caught up in, or it's just part of their life for this moment, they may feel like they need to best it. They're in there trying to get their points across. They're trying to, make their mark, whatever that means. It's almost like there's a desire to conquer, to have a conquest here, and to be the victor through conquering. So conquering my insert here, whatever the issue is, whatever it is, right? For some reason, they're showing me for somebody here, maybe could have been a robbery of like a family business or something like this, like a shop or store. And maybe this is just the example they're giving. I don't know if it's for somebody, but it's oddly specific. But so like you, for example, would be a member of family. Maybe your parents own a convenience store or something like this, and you're not necessarily involved in the day-to-day running of it, but they are, and it's it's the family store, right? But you're an adult, you're off doing other things. You hear it's robbed, and now it's the aftermath where everyone's kind of like thinking, well, what's our next step? Who did this? What can we learn from this, and do we need more insurance, and is this a business we want? Like, there's just a lot going on now because of that, and you're observing that, like I said, from a little bit of a periphery, but still kind of part of it. Now, the lesson that you have to learn again is, what does it mean to win in this situation? And I'll tell you that it's going to be different for each one of you. The message that's coming through is for you to consider sometimes being a victor, being somebody who wins in whatever the situation is not about delving more into it to see what I can do and what I can do to best this or transcend this or this and that. But sometimes it's about deciding, hey, I don't need to be on the battlefield at all. 4 minutes, 44 seconds. Sometimes we're so caught up in trying to do something that we're actually engaged in war, for example, to use that analogy. And then sometimes the person who realizes, oh my God, this war, there's always going to be a war. There's always going to be something going on. There's always going to be drama. Maybe it's just time for me to step out of it. Maybe as I mature, for example, I start to realize that to win and to conquer and to be a victor, or to overcome something, or to best something, that's the best word there, to best it, is to learn that sometimes you just have to stop engaging. Because there's always going to be drama. And drama is designed for those who want to win. And therefore we have competing interests. But when you step back and you're like, I could be doing something else with my time. I could be learning instead. I could be swimming. I could be whatever it is for you, right? And this is not a nod to taking the path of least resistance, by the way. Because sometimes learning to take the path of least resistance is the right way, and it has a lot of value to it. But this is not a situation where that adage overlaps with this. It's not like, oh, well, take the path of least resistance, my son or my child. No, it's just like, hey, choose what you want to be. Because if you're embroiled in something, if you're engaging in something, then you are actively in chaos. If you're stepping back from it and you're choosing to focus on something else that has a more peaceful nature, then you are not in chaos. You're in peace, right? And so think about it. You are what you give your attention to. You are what you give your focus to. And so Spirit is saying that that's the message that's coming through for some of you guys here. So let's look at this on the ground here. What is it that's going on in your life right now that you really, really, really would love to accomplish? And that's giving you some stress or tension because maybe you don't feel like you're accomplishing it. Or for somebody here, it feels like a paternity, paternity issues. Not necessarily, not paternity issues. Sorry, guys, my words are a little bit off today, unless that was meant for somebody. But custody issues, thank you. On the side of the father is what I'm getting. Like there's the father energetically who's fighting for custody, for partial custody or something like this of the child, which is understandable because look, this is our baby, right? Or our child here, and so there's somebody here is dealing with that. I'm not sure what Spirit is advising them to do, but that's just for somebody here so that that Spirit is talking to you as well. But they're showing me here, whoever you guys are, realizing this, and you can get off this chessboard altogether. Just go out this back door, which has always looked like a back door to me, but as I look closely here, it's actually a window. But is it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right now, to my spirit eyes, it's looking like a door. So you're just like, you leave. And the minute and we've all had that experience where we're in a room somewhere, whether it's with family or a school or a work environment or whatever, courtroom, and it's just chaotic. There's stress in the air. You're stressed because you're part of it. And the minute you step outside, you move outside, you step outside, you close the door, and you feel that wind beat, you're like, it's completely different, right? There's peace now. I'm outside of this crazy chaos. That's this energy here. So start thinking, what is it in your life, 8 minutes, 44 seconds, when I said that, start thinking about what it is that you could use a stepping away from. Now, some of you may be struggling because as I said that, maybe the struggle may be like, but I don't want to step away because this is my baby. And if I step away, I'm saying baby like my project, but I just realized, oh my God, they were just talking about custody issues for somebody. So baby really means something for somebody. But I'm saying, this is my project. This is what I want to accomplish. This is what I want to create for myself. It may be hard for you to step away because you think that stepping away would mean I'm going to lose it or I'm not going to have my dreams fulfilled or anything like that. But the guides are saying that they're showing here, this is you, super cute, looking a little bit like obstinate, but I don't want to step away. But they're saying, but in your current position, in your current state of energy, it's all vibrational, by the way. In your current vibration, you're not creating the conditions for you to actually accomplish what it is that you'd like. You're stuck in chaos and in tension and in contrast. Whereas if you were to remove yourself from that, from the battlefield altogether, it's like, lo and behold, I'm not on the battlefield. I'm not at war anymore. And then you can think, you can come up with better ideas, you can go on to lead a better existence in some way. You can, it doesn't even mean that you won't have what it is that you want. What they're saying is that the way that you're going about it right now is not going to give you what you want. So you're better off creating the conditions for peace by stepping away and moving towards something. And I don't want to say something else because that's going to trigger some of you, like, oh, but I don't want to let this go. It's not that. It's clear get outside and clear the air. Like, clear your mind, get away from whatever this is, so that you can get back to your faculties. Because energetically speaking, you're not a vibrational match for what it is that you're trying to call in. And that's because you've got a lot going on the inside. What is this? So how do you fix that? You get out of yourself, you get out of where you are, and you create the conditions for your vibrations to heal and to become more conducive, 11 minutes, 11 seconds, to what it is that you're trying to call in. Now, it's not lost on me that these two cards are kind of popping out. Commitment card, contract card, and then the Sangha card, community. And so Spirit is saying that they're going to pull people in and resources in to assist you. And simply put, they're saying, to keep it short, if you are trying to get a new pair of shoes and you're struggling at the shoe store with the shoe attendant, you're struggling to find the right shoes and this and that, and you're getting upset, and they don't have things in the back, and then this person's so brusque when they're dealing with you, and why are you grabbing my foot right now? It's like, it's too much, right? So they're saying it's better to leave the shoe store altogether and then take a walk. They're saying, and when you take a walk and you kind of calm down, you're out of that environment altogether, then you may bump right into, of course with Spirit's help, because you know how they roll, peace, right? You'll bump right into another shoe store altogether. And now you're in a much better vibrational space. So when you walk through the door, you're going to harmonize with people who are at that level of vibration. You're not going to get the big old meanie who hates his job and wants to come and squeeze your foot into this shoe, or the big old meanie who hates her job and just wants to go on break and not come back and doesn't want to go check in the back to see if they have your size. No, you're going to get the one who's actually, maybe she just got on shift and she likes this job. She enjoys it. It's a break for her, and she likes meeting people, and right, because you're a vibrational match now. So long story short, if this message is for you, Aquarius, there's the contract card again. If this message is for you, Aquarius, there's something to be said for learning to take a step back and giving yourself an ultimatum. For some of you, you might do better with an ultimatum. Like, okay, I'm going to keep trying this method that I'm doing for another 2 months. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to hang it up and I'm going to try it again in some other format or some other way or at some other time, or even if you're just, I'm hesitating to say that because I know it could trigger some of you. So just, I don't know what your solution is going to be. It doesn't have to be hang it up. It doesn't have to be change industries. It doesn't have to be give up on, it doesn't have to be that, because remember, the guides are not saying you won't achieve your dream. They're saying if you really want to achieve your dream, right now you're not a vibrational match to it because of how you're getting on in whatever space you are. You're going to have to create another condition for yourself so that you, whether it's moving, whether it's taking a walk or breathing outside or changing business partners or whatever, so that you can create the harmonic potential, the vibrational potential for you to actually achieve what it is that you want. So your dreams are not dead. You're just not going about it a way right now that's going to help you. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. If you do have something you're working on, you're curious about it and all of that, you know exactly that we do all that with our mastery reading, stepping into mastery reading. So just come find us if you'd like to work more personally with us. But until then, God bless, and let's all take a breather, right? Whew. All right. See you guys later. Bye.